gotta talk about your schedule, man. I'm gonna go game by game.
Yeah.
We're gonna predict the record for your Cleveland Browns, man. Because I mean, they didn't make the playoffs last year. Neither did my
Nope.
team. So let's see what y'all got going on this season. So to start, very first game, Bengals at home. What y'all doing to Joey B and the Bengals, man?
We winning that. And the only reason why I say we winning that is because it's almost like no matter what situation we in, we
Y'all own
find
the
a way to
Bengals.
beat the Bengals.
That's true.
Like we always beat the Bengals.
That's true. I can't disagree with that. It seems like no matter what week it is, no matter who the quarterback is, no matter who's injured, for some reason the Bengals just lose to the Browns.
Yeah.
Next week you go on a road and play against the division leading Baltimore Ravens. What do y'all do? What's going on with Lamar Jackson? They just went inside D Hop. They got Jair Alexander. What y'all doing to the Ravens?
I think that's an L. We we take a harsh L. I think they probably beat us by 15-20.
Mm.
I think that's
This,
a it's a
this is
it's
one
a
of
L only cause
the
I
most
think
honest takes I've ever heard you take.
I think the Ravens at a point in their Lamar Jackson era where they're trying to figure it out. So I feel as though Lamar Jackson is in a position to, is he gonna win or lose the Super Bowl? If I'm being honest, that's the question of his career right now. He gotta get to the Super Bowl. We're not ready for no Super Bowl. Like if we make a Super Bowl, I think that was pure luck. Injuries throughout the seasons and all types of stuff that got us there. But Lamar Jackson, I think he probably should have should have been MVP. You know what I'm saying? So I do think it's probably a harsh L week 2.
Okay. So start off 1-1. You go back home and play against Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. What you got?
I could see us winning. I could see us winning by a field goal in that one because I don't think Green Bay is even sure in their quarterback situation. I don't even think they trust Jordan Love like that. So
Really?
I could
Hmm.
see us winning that game. I see us winning that game because I think we'll be more defensively structured more than offensively. So I think that defensively we'll get takeaways in that game. You know what I'm saying? Get us good field position to score
Okay.
and win the game.
Okay. So 2-1. Then you go back on the road. Man, it almost seems like y'all don't play any back-to-back home games. That's what it looks like right now. But you
No,
go on
we
the
really
road.
don't.
You go on the road the next week and play against the number one seed in the NFC last year, the Detroit Lions. You think you got a better chance now? Because both of their coordinators are gone, but
Yeah.
they still got Jameer Gears, they still got Amon-Ra St. Brown, they still got Jamison Williams, still got Jared Goff, they still got Panay Sewell on the offensive line, still got Aiden Hutchinson is back. So, what are you expecting in this game?
For for this game, I'm going off of play calling. How would the play calling be? Because at the end of the day, I'm not taking too much away from Jared Goff, but it's like, come on, man, it's Jared Goff. Like, so if we do have Jim Schwartz as a defensive coordinator, so if he play his
Mhm.
cards right, you win this game on pressuring Jared Goff. So I'm gonna take it as a dub. I don't say we gonna blow them out, but I think it's one of those games where we win. And especially if Joe Flacco can, this one of his games where he just throwing it and he just throw for 3 touchdowns, 1 pick maybe. But I think first of all, everybody knows Joe Flacco just throws the ball. He's going to throw the ball. So if this is one of the games where our receivers and tight ends take advantage of getting the ball thrown to them and they just run it in, I think it's just going to be a defensive game. If we can just stop them defensively, we beat the Lions.
Okay. So start off 3-1. Then you go back home, play against the Minnesota Vikings. You got Aaron Jones over there, JJ McCarthy back from that injury that he had last year. Jettis, Jordan Addison. What's up with y'all in the Vikings?
If I know my Browns, this is one of them games where we lose for no reason at all. It's just we lost it. We bound to let Jake Jettis go off for like 225.
Oh my gosh.
But that I'm just going off of that's just what I know my Browns to do. This is one of them games where you walk into it and you think and you know you're gonna win it, but it's one of those games where time just got away from you. Like Jay Jett is just going off since the first quarter to the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 3-2. Not a bad start. This is around the time where you said that Shadura
Yeah,
might be coming into the game, and
yeah.
it's funny you say that because the next week you go on the road and play against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now you got Aaron Rodgers is there, DK Metcalf is on the team. The other wide receiver George Pickens is now in Dallas. He ain't in Pittsburgh no more. But you got DK Metcalf. What's going on with Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh at home too.
I think we lose. And I get on Carl so much when he be like, "Oh yeah, we lost the game ourselves." But I could see our first game against the Steelers that we just give it to them. But I ain't gonna lie. I think a lot of people don't like the Aaron Rodgers situation. I like the Aaron Rodgers situation. I think if Steelers get the Aaron Rodgers that they think they're getting, that's a dangerous situation. I feel as though that they should have kept George Pickens to put him with DK Metcalf, but it didn't work that way because I felt as though if you got George Pickens and DK Metcalf, then you need to have a top 5 cornerback room because you ain't just going. Those are physical wide receivers. You ain't just going to play those wide receivers and think you just going to win the game. But they got DK Metcalf as they number one. George Pickens is gone. Thank God, because he ain't in my division. But I could see that. I could see that as a game. I could see that as a game we lose for the simple fact that I think honestly we'll just give them that game.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I think that's a divisional game, so that's gonna be tough. Right after the Steelers, you go back home and playing against the Miami Dolphins. This is against a head coach that is more likely a lot of people see on the hot seat.
Yeah.
So, what do you think Stefanski's game plan is going? How do you think Kevin Stefanski is going to get y'all ready for this game? Do you think y'all win this game?
Yeah, I think we win this game. Blitz, 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 blitz. That's all I see is for the fact that I'm sorry, Tua, but I'm just saying, like, you are a QB who is just one hit away from just being out of the game completely, out of the season completely. And I don't wish that on you. But what I'm saying is when they told you that they'll pay you out, you should have took it and got out of there. But Tua ain't Tua. Tua is he one hit away. I probably could hit Tua. I probably can come down the line and hit Tua and he be out of the season. But I think Tua if and that's bearing that by the time we played them Tua even in the game. But I don't I don't see Dolphins doing much of anything this season. They got to figure out their quarterback situation. And the only reason why I say that is because I know it so well. You don't you don't just have a quarterback who's one hit from CTE and you just think you just gonna play him for a season and he gonna be fine. Miami got a lot to figure out. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, they did. They did draft. They did sign Quinn Ewers out of Texas. I think he was undrafted, I believe. But they got him.
He's
So,
sorry.
oh my god.
He's sorry. I'm being honest. He's sorry. They got no answer right now. He's sorry. Quinn Ewers, sorry. Tua,
Okay.
I'm not saying Tua is sorry, but what I'm saying is Tua mine ain't right, and I understand why.
Okay. You go back on the road, play against the New England Patriots. You got Mike Vrabel back in New England. Josh McDaniel, Josh Daniel, the OC is back there. Drake May, Stephon Diggs. They had a nice draft this year. Defense looking nice. They signed Milton Williams that the Eagles had. What's up with y'all and the Patriots, man?
I think that's around the time Shador will be starting, and I feel as though we win that one because I think our defense is gonna show up, but I also think that's one of them games where one of those first Shador starts, he gonna turn up. And mind you, that's Patriots. You know what I'm saying? That's his so-called, mentor, old team. He gonna light it up against the Patriots. And they had our number last time we played them. So I already feel like and the Patriots ain't who they used to be. It's no Bill Belichick. It's no Tom Brady. Like they are literally back in the rebuilding stage. So it's not like the Patriots are an unbeatable team. So we'll beat the Patriots.
Okay. Beat the Patriots. Go on the road and play the Jets.
Mm,
Justin Fields is right back with his college teammate, Garrett Wilson.
yeah.
Sauce Gardner got a new contract. You still got the Williams brothers on that defense. What happens is against the Jets? You in the Meadowlands now.
I think we destroy them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And it's like I think a lot of people focus on like the Browns is the Browns. I think a lot of people don't notice that the Jets is the Jets. Like they gonna lose that game to us themselves. It's gonna be picks. It's gonna be fumbles. Can't get nothing done. I think they just a mistake of a team right now.
A
So they
mistake
gotta,
team. Oh my goodness.
yeah, they a mistake of a team. They gotta get it together. I think Justin Fields should still be with the Steelers. If I'm being real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't
Justin
disagree with
Fields,
that.
Justin Fields is, I think, if you ask me, is Justin Fields a good quarterback? I feel like I gotta say yes because I feel like I haven't got a chance to see Justin Fields just sit with the team and develop into who he's gonna be. I feel like last season with the Steelers, Justin Fields had a sure shot of being a good quarterback, but you just not gonna see it because he's floating through so many offenses since he came in the league. Now he's with the Jets. I don't think Justin Fields gonna have it all the way put together.
Yeah, he hasn't looked good in training camp either. I haven't, and none of the joint practices he has not looked good. So
Yeah,
not sure exactly what's gonna happen with Justin Fields, but hey, there you go. So you start off 6-3. That sounds pretty good so far because the only three losses you got are the Vikings, the Steelers, and the Ravens. Everyone else you pretty much got.
yeah.
So now the Ravens are back. This time
Oh,
they're in Cleveland. Do you think is this a sweep for the Ravens or do you guys get this win?
I think we split
Okay,
because
so
because we've been, as of late, we've been finding a way to split with the Ravens. We beat them with DTR, and he ain't even in the league no more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. I think by the time we play the Ravens, Shador will be on his third start, his third or fourth start, and he'll be figuring it out. And I think the Ravens game, I think that will be his most toughest game of his career so far. Because if I'm being honest, Ravens is like if they trade for Micah Parsons, they the best defense in the league. They is a top 5 defense. You get what I'm saying? So I think that if Shador can find a way to win against them, it solidifies himself, and I think he will. That's just what I'm saying. I feel as though we've been finding a way to split with the Ravens, and I think we'll split with them at home.
Okay, so 7-3. Now you go on the road and play against the Raiders. Geno Smith over there now.
That's one of those games. That's
Another one of them games.
I seen it 1,000 times.
Pete Carroll back in the NFL.
That's one of those games. And at the end of the day, you mind you, we going off this schedule is like assuming that the teams are healthy, but I don't know where we will be by the time we play the Raiders. You get what I'm saying? So mind you, if we go from the Ravens and I said Shador wins it to the Raiders, I think that's one of those type of times where Shador gave it all he had doing in the Ravens game, and by the time he gets to the Raiders, it's like that rookie wall is like, man, you done messed around and lost this game because you coming off of such a hiatus of beating the Ravens. You lost to the Raiders, and that is his again. That's his mentor. That's his mentor team. So I do feel as though Tom Brady might influence in some ways of this is how you beat Shador because he taught Shador everything he knows. So I think that's one of them games we lose.
Okay. So 7-4. Then San Francisco comes into town.
Yeah.
Purdy's back. Last time we played, it was in the rain. Debo got hurt. McCaffrey got hurt. Trent Williams got hurt all in that game. And we lose. What happens when the 49ers come into Cleveland?
I think we lose that one too. For the fact that I think that from what I seen far as we play the 49ers, I don't think we know how to understand their rush pass game. Meaning that I don't think from what I seen when we played them, I don't think we know how to stop CMC. So if CMC is CMC by the time we play them, then I don't think we're gonna understand how to stop him out the backfield. It's almost like the same when we played the Saints. We don't understand how to stop Alvin Kamara out the backfield. It's like you think we got a Myles Garrett, we got a good defensive line, but we're rush attacking. We're not really paying attention to that. They can catch out the backfield and turn it up for 100 yards at the same time. So I think that's a game we lose if CMC is in that game.
Okay. I mean, he looks healthy right now, so God willing, he's able to play all the way up until that time. Because last year he only played about 4 games, so just hoping that he's healthy for the rest of the season. So that's what 7-5. Now you play against another rookie quarterback. You go up against Cam Ward and the Titans, and Calvin Ridley and those guys. And Shador Sanders and Cam Ward, they buddies, but they like to compete against each other a lot too. So they talk a lot of trash to each other. This is going to be a game that some people might pay attention to if Shador Sanders is playing in this game. Him versus Cam Ward is their first time playing against each other. What happens?
We
You think
I
Shador gets it, or do you think Cam Ward comes in there and gets a dub?
we dominate that game. And the reason why I say we dominate that game is because when I've seen us play the Titans, we dominate them. This dates back to when they had Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, he don't even have good stats against the Cleveland Browns. For the fact that I think we just know how to play them. I think it's going to be one of those defensive games again. Jim Schwartz understands that he has a rookie quarterback and he's going to send the house at him every play that he can. It's going to be picks. It's going to be fumbles. I think that's a defensive game. I could see us dominating that game on the defensive side of the board and getting Shador good field position and he show out.
All right, all right. 8-5. Now you go on the road and play against Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson, new head coach over there now. And they got all the weapons. They shored up. They did more offensive line work this offseason for the Browns. What happens against Cleveland? I mean, what happens against Chicago?
I I think they lose. This is one of those games for them where it ain't time for all that new stuff. Not against. I mean, we got a lot of new stuff too, but it ain't time for none of that new stuff. I think this is one of those games where we beat them. And if I'm being honest, I'm not gonna say Caleb Williams is a bust, but I feel like he gonna have a lot of struggles yet again in the season. Cause I feel like Caleb Williams ain't focused on football. So I think it's one of those games where we come out and we expose the Bears.
All right. So that's what, 9-5?
Yep.
9-5 against the Bears. You look like you're in playoff contention at this time. Now the Bills coming to town.
Yeah.
MVP, the reigning MVP, Josh Allen comes in there. He does nothing but get touchdowns every single year. He has 40 plus touchdowns every year for like the last 5 seasons. So what happens? What happens against the Bills? Now that the Bills coming there, they signed their running back James Cook, so he got a brand new deal. What's up?
But I think by now is where everyone start evaluating because Shador has been playing. I think everyone started evaluating, is Shador it or is he not it? And I think by the time he get to a team like the Bills in that type of weather and what it's going to be, I feel as though everyone will be asking themselves, this is the game where Shador either makes or breaks himself. And I can see, and far as from what I've seen from him, Shador does well under pressure. So I feel as though if this is one of those games where they're gonna put it on Shador, like, hey man, you playing the Bills. This is just one of them games. You sitting at 9-5. I see Shador finding a way to beat the Bills, even
Wow.
as a rookie.
Wow. Was not expecting that result. 10-5. Going into the last 2 weeks of the season, you beat the Bills. So
Yeah,
you've beaten 3 playoff teams, 4 actually. Well, no, 3. 3 from what if I remember. No, 4 because the no, yeah, 4 because the Packers were in the playoffs
right.
last year as well. So you go now. You got the last 2 weeks of the season against division rivals again, and you're at home now to the Pittsburgh Steelers, that dangerous team you talked about, where Aaron Rodgers is in them. Is this a split or do they win this game?
I, I'm sorry, Vaughn. You my dog. You my dog to the casket. But we win this one. We win this one. Only because of, I think it's not us. I just feel like it's separate issues that's going on with the Steelers. Like, I think the Steelers have a lot of prestigious awards, but I kind of see that this is probably the first year in a while that the Steelers actually have a losing season.
Ooh, so you think they
I,
have a losing season this year? Oh
I'm a
my goodness.
if I'm being a little bit more honest, going into the seasons, I haven't been worried about the Steelers too much. I don't care for the Steelers. I've really been worried about, and Carl probably gonna get on me for it, but I've been worried about the Ravens. I ain't worried about the Steelers or the Bengals too much. But I do see it's one of those seasons for the Steelers.
Vaughn, you heard that? He said a losing season for Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin, a losing season. That's almost unheard of. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. And then the last
Y'all,
game of the
hey, y'all,
season.
y'all heard it here. So when the Steelers have a losing season, y'all gonna pull this clip up and y'all gonna be like, man, Tay said it.
Hey, Joe, if you watching, clip this up too.
Yeah.
Browns versus the Bengals. Bengals are at home now. Last game of the season. This could be putting you guys in a certain spot in the playoffs. Because you're
I'm
already 11-5.
I'm never ever, well, for the time being, but I'm never worried about the Bengals. I'm never worried about the Bengals. Denzel Ward always do good against Jamar Chase. We always blitz Joe Burrow well. They defense seems that no matter who we playing at quarterback, they defense never seems to get it right. So I could see us sweeping them.
Wow. So you split against the Ravens and the Steelers, and you sweep the Bengals. That means you're 4-2 in the division, 12-5 on the year. And
But I will
from
go
what
on
from what
record saying I will go on record saying that this is not because we dominated the season. This is because we found ourselves in good positions. In the games we were supposed to win, we won. There is some games that's gonna be we supposed to win that we lost, like that Raiders game. You know what I'm saying? It's some games that we gonna supposed to win, but we lost. But I think we're gonna find ourselves in good position. We don't have a tough schedule. So last time we didn't have a tough schedule when we played mid quarterbacks. The only thing that's really fighting us is that we playing the AFC North. So we do gotta go through them. But last time we played just mid quarterbacks all season, we went to the playoffs. And who was our starting quarterback? Joe Flacco. So I'm just saying, there's a chance.
you heard it here first, y'all. Browns going 12-5. And he ain't saying they dominating. He just saying that they find ways to win. Last but not least,